and you cannot trade the markets without order flow. There's literally no way to do it. Like, I am shocked at the number of people who try and trade without order flow and then blame their psychology for messing up, when in reality you're driving a plane without a license. You're flying a plane. You're flying a plane without a license, blindfolded. That's what you're doing. So another way to look at it is predicting versus reacting, or more importantly, ego versus execution. So execution comes down to reacting to what the market tells you. Predicting comes down to what did your ego kind of thing, right? So I'll break this down in a real example for you so you can see, right? So if we go over here, let's take this one down. So here was a trade that I took on the, I think it was the 6th of March, Friday 6th of March, right? So the PA was choppy, right? The price action was choppy. We've had some chop recently, but it doesn't really matter. We can just take smaller trades and better trades, right? So had a slightly wider stop. Had my stop here, targeting the next key level here. So roughly about a 1-to-1 risk reward, nothing more than that. So the question now is, in fact, I'm going to just ask people here. So a lot of people, what they'll do is they'll see breaks of structure like this, for example, right? They'll start doing stuff like this. They'll see a break of structure here. They might see a fair value gap getting respected here. They're seeing this FVG, blah 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 blah. However, they're missing a very basic concept, right? So I mean, taking a loss here, for example, right? Let's say you tried entering at this fair value gap here. That would probably result in a loss, right? Depending on how you managed it, or a break even. So by you, and then they're going to get chopped, right? Then they're going to go through this chop over here. So then what typically happens, right? Let's break this down. First they use outdated concepts. First they try and use this market structure shift, fair value gap, and then they try and enter here or something, right? Because they saw some break over here, yay, and then this happens. So the question now becomes, those people have no idea what's going on here, what's going on specifically here and here, right? Boom. You want to know what's going on here. That's not a smiley face. You just want to know what's going on in these regions, right? So again, predicting versus reacting, right? So it's ego versus execution. That's what you need, right? This is what you want to understand. So again, if you just take a look at the circled regions, right? What's going on at the top? What's going on at the top and the bottom of key levels? In other words, you need to understand if price is breaking above or below your level. What kind of volume are we looking at, right? What kind of market conditions are we looking at? Are buyers in control? Are sellers in control, right? Seriously, ask yourself these questions when you execute, right? There is no point predicting markets in 2026. You need to be reacting to what they tell you, right? So there's two ways to be a trader. You can sit there and you can predict and you can draw lines like Picasso, or you can react to what the market's telling you, right? So it's literally a case of ego versus humility at this point. Are you willing to read the market and adapt to its tunes, or are you just gonna be some charting addict, or some gambling charting addict, right? I don't know what to call you. Right, aggressive sellers, no reward. Aggressive sellers, no reward. Now, what's interesting is we have green candles with large selling volume. We see that here, for example, right? We see that here. We see that here. We see green candles with large selling volume, which indicates to us very succinctly, right? Very clearly, very accurately, like the market is telling you, right? Assuming you have your right key level and got, whatever, there's a process to this, right? Which I'm going to go over in later videos. Assuming you have your right key level, all you need to do is read the buyers and sellers inside the key levels to make any kind of reaction to the trade, right? You're not predicting anything. You're reacting to the market, right? So are you predicting or are you reacting, right? Is it ego or execution? I'll let you decide. So the last thing I want to talk about is how the market does